Hello. So, it's been a while since I last made a video because I haven't had any alone time, which is really difficult for me, but my brother came home from California, so I haven't been home alone, and making videos while someone is home is really strange. So, I'm doing it at work right now. But I just wanted to give you a quick little update on my life. It seems to be that there's a lot transitioning and a lot of transformation. It all feels really subtle though. How do I explain that? My dreams, my waking life experiences, everything is moving, seems very slowly, but it's drastic in a way, or I guess it leaves me with an impression that feels really familiar, but I was freaking out for a while because my brother's moving to Argentina and I thought I wouldn't have a place to live. And what do you know? The universe sets up this crazy way about bringing me to the people and places I need to be. The first place I looked at didn't really work out, but I'm now friends with this lady. And then the second place I applied to is like an international traveler hippie kind of house or whatever, and they accepted me like right away, which is weird. But it's hard for me because the universe keeps giving me things that I don't necessarily want. For example, I didn't want to be grounded in the city. I didn't want to keep my jobs, and I didn't want to find another house to get locked into. But I guess that's where I'm at, and that's where I need to be, and I'm getting such strong signals of that. I'd rather be doing a lot of other things, but it's like I'm working against that every single time I try to do something that I'm not meant to do. It just ends up hurting me a lot more. So I'm learning to go with the flow. But besides that, I want to talk about my dreams and hold on, sorry. This is nighttime activity, I guess you can say. The past, I guess, yes, this week, I've been in a weird lucid trance-like state at nighttime, which it's not full-on lucid dreaming where I can completely control what I'm doing, but it's just an extreme awareness. And it's like I never really go to sleep anymore, which is uncomfortable because I feel like I'm not well rested, especially because I'm sick and you can probably hear it. But, okay, I'll just explain randomly a few nights. The very first night I noticed it all happening. I woke up to this really loud sound, in my dream I woke up, so I became lucid. But then it was bugging me, and I was like, oh, there's something in my waking life that's actually physically doing this. So I wake up, and I'm like, oh, it's a car alarm, and I'm pressing my phone as if I can turn it off with my phone. And then it occurs to me that's not possible, so I run to my living room, grab my car keys, and click my button, and it stops. And then I hop right back in my bed. I think it was all kind of a blur, because I was pretty much asleep. But then it occurred to me when I laid down, I was like, how in the world did I know that it was my car? I didn't even comprehend. I just grabbed my keys and turned it off. And I know for a fact it happened in real life because my landlord ended up calling me saying my car was going off. And then as I was laying there after that whole event, I felt the presence of many entities, and everyone was talking to me really loudly, and overall, they were saying, oh, we were trying to wake you up. We were trying to get you to notice us, that we're here. And I was so tired and sick, and I couldn't breathe. So I was like, I really can't interact right now with anything or anyone. But they kept showing me all of these visions, and then they showed me a vision of me in the bathroom that night, and I was like, I don't know, I guess I slept walk, which I never have done that before, but they were telling me that they brought me to the bathroom. I don't even know if I went. They brought me in the bathroom. And yeah, they were just hanging out in my room, telling me all of these things when I was like, I need to be up in a few hours, this is crazy. But okay, and then throughout the night, it was really active, which all of the nights are. I kept sitting up and looking around at everything, and it just, everything felt so surreal. And there's this type of like knowingness. I can't recall my dreams, which is strange because they usually can and they're really vivid, but there's a knowingness that I go to a certain place every single night and I go with certain entities or beings or people or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, all I can say is it's a knowingness every single night that the beings are present, they take me somewhere, and yeah, that's really it. And then before I fall asleep every night too, it's become very common for me to see like fluttering and like wing-like things. It looks like little birds or shadows all over the ceiling before I fall asleep. And they kind of just dance around and talk to me, and then all of the visions again, and it's always a big familiarity of, okay, I'm going, and you're here, they're taking me, or whatever it is. And then there are so many things that have been happening. But not last night, but the night before, I had a dream that I looked up at the sky and there was a huge UFO, and I was really curious about it, and I was aware that I've been taken before, but I was kind of confused as to why it wasn't taking me now. And I knew I wasn't being taken because there were signs all over the people that they were being taken. Like, they all had a black charcoal mark. Sorry. Every time I make a video, I have acid reflux. It's gross. Sorry about that. But, so yeah, they had like black charcoal on their face, or another sign that they were abducted was that they couldn't have normal conversations or answer questions. It was like they were on this robotic programming where they only had the consciousness of what they were trained, if that makes sense. So there was a reporter asking one of the abductees a question to see if it was a valid abduction or whatever. But the abductee couldn't formulate a rational answer as to what the question was, like in regards to the question. But I just remember walking around the streets and seeing all of these people that I knew that were taken, and I don't think they were aware that they had been taken. And then there was a feeling inside of me like, well, why didn't they take me? But then I had this overwhelming feeling like the experiments that were happening on these people no longer needed to happen on me. So it's not that I was like above them or more advanced than them, it's just that I had a different mission, I guess. Yeah, I guess you can say it like that. But anyways, and throughout that night, I would wake up from that dream, and I have been doing this with all the dreams. I wake up and I like open my eyes and I just have normal thoughts, and I'm still like dreaming in a way. And yeah, and then even when I wake up for a while and I'm not dreaming anymore and I'm aware of it, there's always a presence. There's always people all in my room, and usually I can see ghosts, like spirit people, their actual bodies, but it's not even that anymore. It's so much, it's like a higher dimensional being where they're translucent, but I see them. So it doesn't have to be like a shadow figure or anything like that. It's just, I can look at the wall and I can see that someone's standing by the wall and I can feel them. And it's funny, I used to feel this as a kid, but I didn't even think about it as real or anything like that. But yeah, they just keep giving me impressions, and they keep telling me things and giving me all of this knowledge and showing me visions. And then the next day, I honestly can't really recall what they told me. And it's starting to get really frustrating because I'm a person where when I dream or when I make contact, it's all really vivid and I can remember almost everything. But lately, it's like they don't, no, I don't know if they don't want me to, or it's just not important that I'm fully aware. It's more important that my subconscious is grasping on to what they're telling me rather than my rational, linear thoughts. But yeah, that's just me clinging to like having it. I just want it, I want it, I want it because I'm such a rational person, I guess. But yeah, so that's what's been going on at nighttime, and I totally feel like I'm missing everything I wrote down in my journal about the experiences. But for now, that's what I've been dealing with in the month of November. It was in October, I was having, when felt like I hit insanity, as I have many times. My dreams were really, really intense, but these are totally different. It's like I don't sleep anymore, and it's all lucid, and it's like I never leave waking life. Or I never leave dream life. I just can't tell anymore. The past few years, I really haven't been able to tell what's waking life and what's dream state anymore. The astral and the third dimensional realms, I can't differentiate them. But yeah, I don't know what that means, and I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Totally rambling, but I'm gonna try to make more videos. Although I'm moving into a house that's gonna have like, I think 7 or 8 people, so it's probably not gonna happen as often as I'd like. And it'll have to be short little videos at work, which is not very responsible. But I'm doing what I can do, and I hope you enjoyed this. And thanks for watching. Bye.